Okay guys, I'm in this 2008 Lincoln MKZ. Bet y'all's thinking, what are y'all doing with a Lincoln product in your driveway? Well, I'll tell you here in a minute. I haven't started this car in several months. So let's see how it starts. Better turn this radio down before I get in trouble from YouTube. How about turn it off? I can't seem to. Okay. 79,886 miles. Almost going to be 80,000 miles on this 2008 Lincoln. I'm going to let it warm up here for just a minute. Like I said, it's been several months. And it's been a good car. We hadn't drove it a whole lot. Getting back to why do we have this car? You might see it sitting in the garage. When I have the door open here, when I'm piddling with a C10 or a Blazer or whatever happens to be in the driveway. If you're new to the channel, I'm 65 years old, and I retired at age 62. And that's just about the time COVID came in to play, roundabout. So my wife and I like any kind of car or truck that's paid for, especially this one. So we traded in a 2001 Mustang GT 4.6 5-speed, and that's kind of the reason we got rid of the car. Is a good car, beautiful car. We bought it in Pigeon Forge at the rod run in the springtime. I forget what year. We've had this car, well, probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, give or take, a year or two, who knows. Anyway, we traded in a Mustang GT 5-speed for this car. And at the time, I'm going to try to ease it out without hitting anything. Take my time. I've already checked the fluids in the car. I'll let it sit out here and run because it'll be real good for it. Make sure my doors are unlocked. Yep. I'll show you the inside of the car. It's got heated and, you know, cool seats, whatever you want to call it. I'm not used to all that kind of stuff. But it's got pretty much everything my wife and I were looking for, especially being automatic. Like I said, we retired. I did when I was 62. Have to apologize for the dust. But I guess you can tell you're old folks when you start putting towels back there in the back. I used to laugh about that, about people doing that. Well, here I am. I'm one of those people, but I'm trying to keep the sun off of it. But it sits in the garage all the time. Boy, it sure did get dusty even under a car cover. Anyway, my wife and I had plans of doing some traveling, like going to different states. And when I got the car, put brand new Michelin tires on it, and, you know, had everything serviced, this car should be good to go for everything. And it's a good car. Like I said, had the window tint put on it. I had it, it's had several recalls on the car, to the point that Lincoln, if you watch my older videos, by the way, I'm getting to the point I have nearly 1,500 videos. Some of them not so good, I'll be honest with you, but some of them are pretty good. If you'd like to check it out, you can binge watch probably for a while. Anyway, Lincoln, the company Lincoln they let us use a Lincoln MKZ, I think, is a all-wheel drive SUV. I think it's a 2019. I could be wrong either way. But because this thing had a recall on the airbags, and you know, it was just I got to keep the car here at home because they called me about the airbag and said you need to bring it in, and I said, well, I said, you know, where can you keep it inside? I said, this is our best car. Say hey. It's my wife, Mrs. PIB. Primer is best, Mrs. PIB. Anyway, they said, no, we can't keep the car inside. It has to sit out on a parking lot. And I said, well, I said, I've babied this car. You know, I said, it looks nearly like brand new, and I don't really want it sitting out where birds can crap on it and all kinds of weather and stuff, because they couldn't tell me when I was going to get the airbag. And they told me it was unsafe to drive. I'm going to condense this story. Anyway, as long as I signed an agreement saying I would keep this car in the garage, not drive it. They took down the mileage and everything, because I called Lincoln and told them, you know, I just told them. Anyway, so my wife got to drive a Lincoln MKZ, right? Yeah, it's a really nice SUV. So that's why this car has that's why this car has low mileage, because it's set in the garage. Anyway, this was going to be our traveling car, and it might one day, but right now at gas at $4 and plus a gallon, probably not going to be going anywhere too far. So that's kind of hindered us, and like I said, COVID and all that stuff. So just hadn't been anywhere. Not that I don't want to go, we just hadn't been anywhere. But it's got a good running motor in it. You know, everything seems to be good on it. I got the airbags all fixed finally, and you know, I dropped it off at the closest Lincoln. It's a pretty good piece from us, but I've dropped it off there, and they you know, kept it inside. I waited for a few hours, and they got the airbags all fixed and ready to go. So here we are today. I'm going to drive it a little bit because it needs to be drove. It's a pretty day today, and my wife and I is going to run around a little bit in this car and kind of drive it, and hopefully won't have any issues, because it's set for a few months in the garage. I don't get it out in the rain. Of course, we don't drive it in the snow or nothing. We're retired, so if it snows or whatever, I'm awful bad about it. I've had 2 accidents because of snow and ice, mainly because I live in southeast Tennessee, and I'm not real familiar with driving in snow, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm just going to be straight up, and so, I mean, we don't have to get out, fortunately, and it's a long story. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here, and I just thought I'd show you I do have something that's in the 2000s. This and that 07 Chevy Silverado goes by the name of Coffee. So, and I'm going to try to wash all these vehicles. The pollen's starting to kind of ease up a little, and I can't stand a dirty vehicle. So I appreciate y'all watching, and just thought I'd let you know I do have a different product. Well, this is a Scion XB, but it's really a Toyota, and this is a, golly, I really like this car. Cheap on gas. Really like this one too. And you know why? All this stuff's paid for. So that's the way I like them. Y'all have a blessed day. Lord's in charge. Appreciate y'all watching and listening to me ramble on about a 2008 Lincoln MKZ. It's a good car. I had no problems with it, and except all the recalls, but I think a lot of people had those going on. Takata, I think, is the name of the airbags. They had the problems. So I'll talk to y'all later. Have a blessed day. You're watching Primer is Best. Let me know if you've had one of these or drove them. Let me know what you think about it. And y'all have a blessed day. You're watching Primer is Best. I'm on Facebook, Primer is Best. Instagram, Primer is Best. I have a second YouTube channel called Man on a Budget. I'm on Instagram, Man on a Budget 1. So if you'd like to check me out, I appreciate it. Say bye. She says bye. Catch y'all later. See ya.